everyone, welcome back to our channel and another day of Vlogmas. As you can see by the title, I am going to be giving you an update on how my first trimester of pregnancy has been for my third baby. I am, at the time I'm filming this, which is December 12th, I am 12 weeks and 1 day pregnant, so I still have a little less than a week until the first trimester officially is over, but I feel like I'm kind of coming out of the first trimester symptoms that I normally have, so I wanted to go ahead and film this update for you guys right now. I'm going to try to kind of keep it chronological and start from the day I found out and go from there. And I have some things written down, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking down at. I took the pregnancy test on October 24th, and I was 5 weeks along at that point. I did do a video of it so you can see my reaction. It's very raw and emotional and real. So go watch that after you're done with this one if you're interested to see what my reaction was. We were not trying to get pregnant, but we were not preventing either. So it was a surprise for sure, but a very welcome surprise. But I didn't start feeling any symptoms until about a week after that. So I would say 6 to 6.5 weeks along is when I started feeling some symptoms, and it was basically food aversions and nausea, which I'm pretty sure most pregnant women face. And if you don't, you're really lucky. We have two older girls, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and with both of their pregnancies, they were very, very similar. And I had food aversions and I had nausea, but it was not bad at all. I actually got sick less than 5 times with each of theirs, so it wasn't bad at all, very manageable, and it was done by the end of the first trimester, and I never was nauseous again. And that is how this one was too, so I'm super thankful for that. There's one day that was an exception, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but I've had the food aversions and I've only actually gotten sick twice other than this one day that I mentioned, but it's very, very similar. I've had tenderness in my boobs because that's what happens when you get pregnant, so I've had a little bit of that, but nothing crazy. The biggest symptom that I started having that week were super vivid dreams, and I had these with both of the girls, and they are dreams that feel so real that when you wake up you like really truly believe that that just happened. And they're so random and weird. I don't even remember what most of them were about now, but they were definitely intense dreams, so it's kind of fun. I don't have bad dreams necessarily when I'm pregnant, or haven't, but they're just weird and interesting, so it's kind of fun to talk about those with Anthony the next day. When I was having the food aversions and nausea, I'm about 3 days out from that. I haven't been feeling nauseous for a few days now, so fingers crossed that that's over with. But when I was feeling that way, the only 2 things that I could get down always, no matter what day it was, were cereal and fruit, specifically apples and bananas and oranges. I just could not get enough of them, which is definitely better than other things that I might crave, but cereal and fruit got me through. And then I would have, just depending on the day, something would pop into my head and I would say, oh my gosh, that actually sounds like I could keep it down. So I wouldn't say I've had cravings necessarily, because I haven't really had anything that I'm like, oh my goodness, I need that right now, but I've just had things that I'm like, okay, that doesn't make me feel repulsed, let's go get it. So that's kind of how the food has gone. I definitely have been feeling a lot more tired than normal, just complete body exhaustion. My legs will, I'll get to the top of the stairs and my legs will just be so weak, I feel like I can't stand. So I just have to kind of rest a little more and take care of myself a little more, which I should be doing anyways. So that's okay. I've also had shortness of breath, and you might notice that in the videos that I'm making recently and upcoming, because I lose my breath super fast. So when I'm talking, I will just get out of breath randomly. Like I said, I get to the top of the stairs and not only do my legs tingle, but I'm out of breath. So it's definitely been interesting, just have to slow down a little bit for that. I have had a couple of headaches. I'm someone who suffers from headaches and occasional migraines. I wouldn't say regularly, but at least once or twice a month normally. So I don't know if that's really a pregnancy symptom or just like my normal headaches. I don't remember having headaches with the girls. I think that was one thing I was thankful for with those pregnancies, was that they went away and I got a little bit of a break from them. But I have had 2, they weren't migraines, they were just headaches, but could have been obviously a lot of different things, but I have had those, so I wanted to mention them. And then the other thing that I experienced from about week 6.5, 7 on is a super like intense spurts of motivation and like almost like a first trimester nesting. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I totally feel like that's what it is, because I have been motivated to just try to tackle things that I've been waiting on, and like I know that it's going to take a long time for me to get the house how I want it for when the baby's here, and I don't want to wait until the 3rd trimester nesting phase to do that, because I'm not going to have enough time to do it all. So I don't know, I've kind of started nesting early, which is great because things are getting done, but also hard because then I'm exhausted and have the motivation and desire, but my body is telling me no. So that's been kind of a tricky like catch-22 going on there. At the end of November, we had our first doctor's appointment where we got the ultrasound done. We got to see the baby. We got to hear the heartbeat. Actually, the heartbeat was 182, so nice and strong. And I was 9 weeks. I was in my 9th week, 9 weeks and 2 days or something like that when we went. So I was really excited to be able to hear the heartbeat and see that everything is going well. Everything looks normal. We also just talked about how I'm feeling and ways to combat nausea and things like that. We did a pap smear and a urine sample, and all of that came back clear, normal, nothing to be worried about. So that was great news, because in the past I have had abnormal paps and have had to have a LEEP procedure done to get rid of the precancerous cells down there. So it's always a relief every year when I get that news that I'm good. They also did the GBS, chlamydia and gonorrhea tests, and all of those came back negative. So good to go. Everything's looking good so far. Fast forward about a week after the doctor's appointment, and this is where my other symptoms started to kick in, which are happening way earlier in this pregnancy than the other two. And that's sciatic nerve pain in my lower like back area / upper bum area. It kind of like starts in my upper back and goes down. But that sciatic nerve pain is horrible if I stand in the wrong spot for too long or in the wrong position, or if I like step wrong on it. It just hurts so bad. And then I'm already having round ligament pain, which if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like basically your uterus is growing, your stomach is having to grow as well, so it's getting ready to have a giant baby in there, and so it's the ligaments down there are stretching and pulling, and it hurts really bad. So I've already started having that kind of pain, which is not the most fun, but I will take it, and I will take it with excitement because I know the reason why, and I'm just too excited about it to really let it get me down all that much. Also, that week is when I had that one day that I want to forget forever. It was a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are our busy days. The girls have dance and we're at the studio for 4 hours that day, but I woke up and the room was completely spinning. It was so bad. It was so disorienting. I couldn't even get out of bed. It was horrible. I got sick at least 15 times that day, because for the first like 4 hours of the day, I was just spinning, no matter if my eyes were open or closed, or if I was laying down or sitting up. It didn't matter. I was spinning and spinning and spinning, and I get motion sickness super easily. So I just lost it to the point where there was nothing even coming out. and it was like, it was really bad. Anthony had to stay home from work that day, and he ended up taking the girls to dance because I just literally couldn't get off the couch for the entire day. I'm thankful the spin stopped, but the nausea was really bad the rest of that day, and I continued to get sick, not as much as in the morning, but still a handful of more times. So that was a rough day for sure, and I'm thankful that that is not something I face on a daily basis, because man, I don't know how I could do that and function and still be able to like take care of the girls and all of the things I need to take care of. So that was the one bad day, but who knows, maybe it could have been a virus or something that I just had for a day. I am taking prenatals. I'm taking the Nature Made prenatals with DHA in them. It's the same ones I took with the girls, and it's the very first ones I ever took with them, and I never had a like reaction to them. I know some women, the prenatals they take make them feel sick, and I was really thankful to find one that worked with my body well. So I stuck to it, and then I'm also most likely going to be adding in an iron supplement. I had to with both of the girls, so I'm guessing I'm going to have to this time as well. My appointment is on the 17th, so we will see and get that word for sure from my doctor if my iron is low and I need to do that. But most likely we'll be adding that in as well. The fun and exciting things that happened during the first trimester, if you've seen our videos the last week or so, you know already, but we got to tell our friends and family that we were expecting, and nobody saw it coming. Like I said, we weren't trying, and anytime anybody asked if we were gonna go for number 3, Anthony was always like, no, I don't want another one. So everyone was really surprised but excited for us, and that was really awesome to share that experience with everyone and to have it on video to look back on. So that was fun. I can't believe the first trimester is almost over already. It's flying by, and I just am trying to soak in every single moment. I know it doesn't feel 100% real yet. I know once I start feeling the baby move, and once we pick a name, because that's another struggle, know the gender and all of that stuff, then it will sink in a little more each time. But for now, it just still feels a little bit surreal, and I'm just trying to soak it in, give the girls lots of attention, and kind of try to get things in order here around the house, because I know that this is gonna fly by, and if I don't start now, it's not gonna get done. But that is it for the first trimester update. I'm so thankful that you're still here watching. We are posting videos every day in December until Christmas, so make sure you click that red subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss it. It also helps us out tremendously, so we would really, really appreciate it. But for now, remember to stay humble, be kind, and I'll see you tomorrow.